things. Sometimes I like to debate sports. I debate it with my friends. I debate it with callers sometimes. I debate it with my guests sometimes. One of the things I've always said I'm not interested in debating is how to prepare my show. This is what I do. This is my show. This is my thing. And I have no interest people calling and saying, well, I don't like this. Let's debate sports. Because my belief on how to do this business is different than a lot of people. Not better, but different. I don't believe in being fair. And I'll repeat that again. My name is Colin Cowherd. You can complain to my bosses. I do not believe in being fair. I believe in being honest. I cover the NFL and the NBA 70 to 75% of the days of the year. That's not even and that's not fair. I do because that's what you like. I've been watching the political campaigns. Well, the media is unfair toward this nominee. If you think somebody is dangerous and unprepared and unqualified to be president, you should not be fair, nor even. You should say that every day, regardless if it's Hillary or Trump. Fair is overrated. So yesterday in Green Bay, this was pretty interesting. So yesterday in Green Bay, Mike McCarthy, and I like this, a small market media came out, and this doesn't happen very often. They often get intimidated by the big coach, the big rich football coach, the big powerful coach, the big popular coach. So Mike McCarthy, came out, and the small market Green Bay media started poking and prodding and saying, what's wrong with your offense? And Mike McCarthy said, hey, we had 400 yards of offense. I don't know why I got to come out every week and have you guys question the offense. And to that I say, because you're 25th in yards per game, and that's with Aaron Rodgers. The media should be questioning you, and they should be questioning you every week, and you haven't thrown a touchdown pass in the second half, and that's exactly what the media should be doing. I like that Nick Saban gets cranky with the media, and I like that the media asks questions to Nick Saban that upset him, like this.
I am not going to discuss this any further. That's all we can say about that.
Nick, I have to ask, in your opinion, is there any chance that Maurice ends up at Georgia and is eligible to play this year?
I already talked about that. I mean, you want me to do a Belichick on you? Now you're asking me a hypothetical question, what if? I got enough issues and problems here without any what ifs. So we just had a media person in yesterday, and she said, never answer a what if. So do I need to do a media thing with you guys, not to ask what ifs?
I wish we had one of those every day. That's incredibly healthy. Our job's not to be fair with Nick Saban. Our job's not to be fair with Mike McCarthy. Mike Francesa, very popular New York City radio host, had the New York Giants coach on, Ben McAdoo. I thought this was terrific. He wasn't fair with Ben McAdoo.
You think you have him under control right now?
I think we are focused on going to Green Bay, getting a win, and it's about the team.
Okay, so
the more I talk about
right.
this, the more that I'm
But we're not seeing it getting any better. That's why we wouldn't talk about it, Coach, if it wasn't happening. It happened last year. It's still happening this year. When does it stop happening?
We're focused on Green Bay, Mike, and we're moving on.
Yeah, well, I just don't. I think you guys are doing a lousy job with him. I don't think you're getting him anywhere better. He's out of control on this game. I mean, he was out of control again the other night. He's out of control on the sideline. You think his reaction was realistic to what went on during the game?
Where'd the flag come from?
What do you mean, where'd the flag come from?
Flag came from 30 yards downfield. There were two officials right there on the boundary. Neither one of them threw the flag.
So you thought it was a bad call?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the two officials right there on the boundary didn't throw it. It came from about 30 yards downfield. I support this young man. I have his back. So does the rest of the team. We're moving on to Green Bay.
Okay. Let's get to the rest of the team. We're not getting anywhere with this.
That's exactly what the media should do. That's exactly what the media should do. Mike McCarthy should be arguing every week when he has Aaron Rodgers and the 25th in total yards offense and can't score a second-half touchdown, that Nick Saban should be answering tough questions and arguing with the Tuscaloosa media. And Ben McAdoo, because I don't think that offense, Eli, those weapons is as good as it should be. Ben McAdoo should be on the line and should have controlled OBJ. So whenever I hear about that, the media is unfair with Trump. The media is unfair with Hillary. Media shouldn't be fair. The media should be honest. Now, if you don't think they're honest and they lack integrity, that's a different issue. Be upset with that. But I've been doing this 30 years. I've never once, I used to get into arguments with my old employer. And they said, well, why don't you talk about the WNBA? And I said, none of my friends like the WNBA. Nobody I know watches the WNBA. It's a fine business, but because I talk about the NBA, why do I have to talk about the WNBA? I can remember my first day on the air 12 years ago at the other place. And a very nice, smart guy named John Walsh came up to me before my very first show. And he said, there's a big, big women's basketball story I'd like you to talk about today. And I said, I like women and I like basketball. I don't want to talk about women's basketball. I said, I like ice cream and I like tuna fish. I don't like tuna fish ice cream. I said, they're all separate. Well, we want to create some fair. I said, I'm not fair. You didn't hire me to be fair. You hired me to be honest and interesting. So when it comes to politics and sports, I love all the crankiness I'm seeing from the candidates complaining about the media and the football coaches complaining about the media. I love it. I think that's exactly what we should do. I think it's fantastic. By the way, I've been very critical of the Green Bay Packers. And let me give some support, a shout out to 105.7 The Fan in Milwaukee. Gary and Steve brought me up yesterday, and these guys should get some sort of Marconi Award. Let's listen to this excellent radio topic.
It's not really about Colin Cowherd. No. It's about whether you agree or disagree with Colin Cowherd. It's about whether is Colin Cowherd right. Because the numbers that he's giving you, he is. He is on pace for a all-time worst performance by a quarterback, well, by himself, Aaron Rodgers. That's not good. If you're looking to get to the Super Bowl, you can't have that. If you're looking to win this game on Sunday, you can't have that. So is Colin Cowherd hating? No, I don't think he's hating. I think Colin Cowherd is telling the truth.
I mean, put those guys up for a Marconi Award. That is some of the best broadcasting I've ever heard. But Mike McCarthy owns that city, right? Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy owned it. Here's what happened yesterday, and this is incredibly healthy. Let's play the tape.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty general statement. I mean, we had 400 yards of offense, so I don't know why the hell I got to come in here and answer questions about the things you think that went wrong.
I love that. I really do. I am for cranky football coaches and annoying media. We're like the IRS. We're not built to be your friend. We're built to get in your saddle when we think you're underachieving. Very, very big fan of those Milwaukee guys.
They were excellent.
Excellent. That's one of the best broadcasts I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever heard broadcasting quite as eloquently done and as brilliantly, poignantly produced.